Being the only version left in my friend group is crazy. It's like I'm the last man standing. And I haven't lost it because I never lose. People just want to take it. Take it for what? Why are you taking it? Why? You're not even worthy.
I am preserving my virginity for the Lord and for marriage. I said what I said. The flesh is weak, but my resolve is undefeated. Undefeated in every category. I do not lose, bro. I never lose. So why exactly would I lose my virginity? Think about it from a logical perspective. Anyways, welcome everybody. I'm Phrase Juvenile. Today we're discussing the end of the world. I ain't talking asteroids, not climate change, not a third world war. No, we're discussing the fact that men, grown men, are out here more virginal than a freshly printed Bible. And somehow, someway, women are overtaking them on the scoreboard. The gender that used to guard virginity like Fort Knox is now moving like the stock market in a bull run. And the men are sitting in their rooms, gooning, meditating, finding inner peace, which is basically the same thing. Here are the numbers because apparently we need them. The percentage of men aged 25 and older who are still virgins has more than doubled in the last decade. Doubled. Bro, that is not a statistic. That is a movement. That is a lifestyle choice at scale. And it flipped. For most of human history, going back to cave drawings, going back to when people thought the sun was a god, men were the ones in pursuit. Men were out there, women were the gatekeepers. That was the whole dynamic. That was society's operating system. And now women are out here with more body count experience than half the men in their age group. The roles reversed, the matrix glitched, the simulation updated without telling anyone the patch notes. If my grandfather found out about this, he would be relieved because statistically speaking, he might qualify as a virgin, bro, by current standards too. I'm just saying the bar has moved significantly. Nobody warned the men, nobody sent a memo. The women just quietly evolved. So what happened? How did the gatekeepers become the ones opening the gates? Simple. Women got options, like actual options. The apps, the liberation, the economic independence, the sheer audacity of being a woman in the modern era and realizing that you can make your own choices without waiting for a man to decide. Radical concept. Wild stuff. Nowadays, women are actually voting, bro. I can't believe women are actually voting, bro. You need to leave. Meanwhile, the men got the internet, and the internet gave them a different kind of stimulation that requires zero social skills, zero vulnerability, and zero getting rejected by someone's daughter. Why go out into the cold and risk your ego when you can stay inside and goon yourself into enlightenment? The gooning pipeline is real, bro, and it is eating men alive. Men are out here so deep in private social relationships with the excuse that actual women feel like too much administration. She wants to talk about her feelings when her brother is in the middle of a gooning session. Not right now, nigga. And that is how you lose a generation. Slowly, comfortably, all because the internet is accessible. Gen Z men did not go soft. They went spiritual against their will. Now here's where it gets philosophical, because the men who are still virgins past 25 are not sitting there crying about it. Some of them, and I respect this, have embraced it. They have reframed it. They have turned celibacy into a personality trait and an entire content niche. You have the Sigma males who say they are too focused on the bag for relationships, the red pill guys who say women are not worth the trouble, the spiritual guys doing breath work and cold plunges and saying they are on a different frequency, and then you have me, a 22-year-old man preserving his gifts for marriage, which is essentially the same thing as dressing a suit and carrying a Bible. We are monks now, bro. Gen Z men are an entire generation of unaspiring Catholic brothers and fathers who did not even apply for the position. We just ended up here. Nobody planned this. Nobody said, yes, I would like to dedicate my 20s to celibacy. And yes, improvement content, it just happened. The algorithm selected us. We are the chosen few. The flesh said retreat. The Wi-Fi said stay. And honestly, The monks had good skin. The monks had clarity. The monks were not out here in their feelings over someone who left them on red. There is something to be said for that. Demographers are panicking. Gen Z men are unbothered. One of these groups is wrong. Here's the thing they do not tell you in the clickbait headlines. Civilizations need reproduction to continue. That is not controversial, bro. That is biology. And if men are opting out of pursuing women, and women are pursuing experiences, but not necessarily relationships, and nobody is having children at replacement rate, demographers call that a crisis. Japan figured this out 15 years ago. They coined the term herbivore men. Men who simply had no interest in sex, relationships, or aggressive masculinity. Japan tried to make campaigns about it. They ran ads, they incentivized dating. The men looked at the ads and went back into their rooms. So yes, in the long run, if this trend continues, the numbers say it could be catastrophic for human continuation. But that is a problem for the next generation, bro. And the next generation needs people to have children to exist in the first place. So it is kind of a self-resolving issue in the most bleak way possible. We are watching a demographic implosion happen in real time. And the men at the center of everything are too busy finding inner peace to even notice that shit. I am not telling you to give up. I am telling you to give in to yourself. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this is sad. You're thinking this is a crisis. There is a reason ancient philosophers preached sexual restraint. There is a reason athletes abstain before competition. There is a reason monks who never touched a woman wrote some of the most moving literature in human history. The energy goes somewhere else, and that somewhere else often is different. I am 22. I am a virgin. I am not ashamed. I am in fact a finely aged product in a market that keeps devaluing itself. I am a limited edition. So are you, nigga. I am preserving something the rest of the world is giving away in situationships and talking stages. So the virgins watching this, the teenagers, the 21-year-olds, the 25-year-olds, the 28-year-olds, and the ones who cannot believe they are still in this club, relax, meditate, breathe properly, touch some grass, but do not touch anyone you're not serious about. Find your inner peace, protect your energy. The right situation will reveal itself. And if it does not, at least you have Wi-Fi. I never lose. I never lose at anything. Cards, arguments, debates, chess. Okay, I do not have a loss on my record. Why on this God-given earth would I start my losing streak with something that permanent? Think about it. Gen Z is a generation of monks, unaspiring Catholic brothers, Sigma males who did not apply for the Sigma, and I stand with them, unbothered. In a world full of people losing, protect your babies, nigga. Protect your nauticals.